The sound of hooves started long before the shape appeared. Not loud, not fast, just steady. A slow, rhythmic beat rolling through the early fog, like a warning wrapped inside a whisper. The ground trembled slightly, enough to feel but not enough to trust. Sometimes tremors came from the wind, sometimes from something else. But this one came from a horse. He saw it emerge in a veil of white mist, tall, sleek, powerful. Its breath formed clouds that drifted upward in slow spirals, disappearing into the morning gray. It walked as if the earth belonged to it, as if the sky held its leash, as if nothing in the world could stop its steps. Yet something was wrong. It didn't blink, not once, and its eyes followed him too precisely. He froze where he stood, half hidden behind a broken piece of fence. The frost around him crackled under his breath. The cold didn't bother him much anymore, but the sudden stillness of this horse did. It was like watching a painting move. Beautiful, controlled, unervingly exact. The horse lowered its head slightly, its mane falling like a curtain of dark silk over one side of its neck. Then its hooves tapped twice, slow, deliberate, intentional, as if signaling him, as if waiting for him. He wasn't sure whether to approach or run, but either choice felt like the horse was expecting it. The air grew tighter. Even the fog seemed to hold its breath. Then, without warning, the horse turned and started walking away. Not fast, not lazily, structured, measured, every step identical in distance, weight, and sound, leaving a perfect line of hoofprint behind it. It didn't look back, but he felt the invitation in every steady beat of its movement. He followed. He didn't know why. Instinct, maybe, curiosity, or the strange tug at his chest that told him the horse wasn't just wandering. It had purpose, and it wanted him to see where that purpose led. They walked through a field where tall, frozen grass shivered under the slightest breeze. The fog thinned, the light brightened, but the sky stayed heavy, as if a storm waited behind the hills. The horse's pace never changed. It didn't hurry, didn't hesitate, didn't break its rhythm for anything. He tried to match the steps. It wasn't easy. The ground dipped unexpectedly, iced under patches of snow. A fallen branch forced him to detour, but the horse seemed to glide over every obstacle without shifting its pattern. The farther they walked, the calmer he felt. The rhythm did that. Predictable, stable, controlled, as if the horse knew exactly where it wanted to be and how it wanted to get there. Then the calm shattered. A sharp snap echoed behind them. He spun around, breath freezing in midair, eyes searching the fog. Nothing, no movement, no shadow, no branch falling from a tree. But he heard breathing. A slow, deep inhale, too close for comfort. He stepped back instinctively, his foot crunching on ice. The horse stopped, waited, its ears tilted toward the unseen sound, but it didn't panic. It didn't flinch. Its discipline anchored him. The breathing behind them stopped. The horse continued forward. He followed again, though his pulse felt unsteady now. The fog didn't feel empty anymore. It felt crowded, like something watching the edges, something whose eyes didn't blink either. Minutes stretched into an hour, maybe more. Hard to tell when the world looked the same in every direction. White fog, white frost, gray sky. The horse finally reached a ridge and climbed it with unbroken precision. At the top, the fog thinned enough to reveal a valley below, and there, dozens of horses, all still, all silent, all positioned in perfect lines, facing the same direction. Their breath rose like synchronized smoke signals. Their bodies remained motionless, as if carved from the very frost beneath them. He felt the air drop in temperature. It wasn't natural stillness. It was chosen stillness. The horse he followed walked down into the valley, slipping into an empty space between two larger horses, as if it belonged to the exact spot. The line shifted slightly to accommodate it. Every movement flowed with a unity that felt ancient, disciplined, rehearsed. He stood at the ridge, shivering, not from the cold, from realization. This wasn't a herd. It was a formation, the kind armies used, the kind that waited for a command. He took one step forward. All the horses lifted their heads at the same time, every single one. His breath caught, their eyes all locked on him, not in curiosity, not in fear, in acknowledgement, as though he had arrived exactly when he was supposed to, as though they had been expecting him. The horse he followed stepped out of formation and walked back toward him. Its hooves pressed perfect imprints into the frost with each step. He wanted to run. He couldn't. The horse stopped inches from him. He could feel the warmth of its breath, see the deep stillness in its eyes. It lowered its head, not aggressively, not gently, purposefully. Then it turned again, walking slowly toward the center of the valley. He followed. He didn't understand why his legs moved. They just did. Something about the horse's rhythm felt magnetic, like stepping out of sync would pull him into chaos. At the valley's center lay a circle made of stones, each covered in frost. The horses formed a ring around it, their bodies tight and silent. He stepped into the circle without thinking. The moment he entered, the wind died. The fog stilled. The horses lowered their heads in unison. A heavy pressure filled the air, like the world inhaled but didn't exhale. The horse that led him stomped once. The ground responded. A deep tremble rolled beneath his feet. He staggered. Frost cracked around the rocks. Light, faint and fractured, pulsed under the ice like something alive pushing against a thin shell. The horses stepped back, giving him space. The cracks grew wider, and then from the center of the circle, a faint sound rose. Hoofbeats, soft, far below, as if something moved under the earth. He stumbled back toward the edge of the circle. The horse blocked him gently, guiding him back into center. The hoofbeats grew louder. The ice bulged downward, then upward again, pulsing in a rhythm that matched the horse's earlier steps. Then the horse did something strange. It stepped behind him. It positioned itself perfectly at his shoulder. Then it nudged him forward. Once, firm, certain. He didn't understand. Not until he looked down and saw his breath-forming shapes. Not clouds, not mist. Shapes, lines, curves, patterns. The same patterns a horse had walked. The same patterns a herd had held. The same patterns pulsing under the ice. He gasped. The shape of his breath continued forming the lines without him exhaling them, as though something inside him, not lungs, not air, was pushing them out. The ice cracked one final time. A blinding beam of pale blue light shot upward, illuminating the valley and the horses around it. The light rose in a column that split the fog apart like a curtain. In that moment, he saw something beneath the ice. A silhouette, a towering figure with the shape of a horse, but larger, much larger. Its mane looked like flowing waves of energy. Its hooves glowed. Its eyes burned with cold fire. It looked right at him. The horses around the circle didn't move. He couldn't move. The being beneath the ice lifted a glowing hoof and tapped once. The ground exploded upward in a burst of frost and light. He shielded his eyes, stumbling backward as shards of ice rained around him. When the light faded, The being was gone, but the horses, all of them, shifted their formation into a new pattern, a pattern identical to the one he saw glowing beneath the ice. The horse that guided him stepped in front of him again, lowered its head, and he finally understood. This wasn't a herd watching him. This was a herd waiting for him. He swallowed hard and stepped forward. The moment his foot touched the frost between the pattern, the horses moved, not wildly, not randomly, perfectly. Their bodies flowed like one creature, circling him, forming a moving spiral around him. The sound of their hooves created a pounding rhythm that matched something deep inside his chest. He felt his pulse sync with them, faster, stronger, sharper. His breathing steadied, his fear thinned, his clarity sharpened. Every movement of the horses created structure. Structure created focus. Focus created control. And control felt like freedom. The horses circled faster now, hooves striking in synchronized beats. He felt his body move without thinking, stepping in time, matching their rhythm, becoming part of their structure. Then, without warning, the horses stopped. All at once, silence crushed the valley. The horse in front of him turned away and walked back up the ridge. The others parted to let it pass. It didn't look back. It didn't need to. He stepped out of the circle and followed, his heartbeat still echoing the rhythm they gave him. When they reached the ridge, he turned back. The valley was empty. Not a single horse remained. No hoof prints, no breath steam, no sign they'd ever existed, except one thing. The pattern remained burned into the frost, a perfect spiral, still glowing faintly. And then, from somewhere deep in the fog behind him, a single hoofbeat, slow, heavy, close, much too close. He turned instantly. Nothing there. But he knew the sound wasn't in his mind. It came again. One hoof, then another, from something he couldn't see. Something disciplined enough to hide. Something structured enough to wait. Something patient enough to return when he least expected. The fog thickened behind him. He didn't run. He walked, slowly, steadily, rhythmically, the way the horses taught him. And behind him, the unseen hoofbeats matched his steps perfectly, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal themselves again.